Yes guys, and welcome from me, Championship Manager 0102, the Game On Challenge, part 59. Insane. Part 59, so let me just cast your mind back to the previous part. It was 16th of February 2058. You can see right in the corner the date is the 7th of March 2060. We've fired through 2 full seasons since the last update, but more importantly there's been so much action going on in that window of time. You may recall Matt had become the manager of Schalke, I had become the manager of Ajax. Where to start as we come to the business end of season 59, really insane. Let's start with Matt first then. Matt then took over Schalke, but Matt left Schalke 1 year later to go to Frankfurt. Now, the truth be told with Matt, he openly said to me he felt he took Schalke as far as he could. And I respect that, because this was what my situation was at Napoli. There's no doubt about that. The only difference is, at Schalke, you may recall he had £1 billion to spend, but he just could not lure the real top players. And what made it worse, at the end of season 57, he didn't finish in Europe, and this is what really killed him, to be honest with you. There you see, he finished 11th, so his season fell apart. So he left, and is at Frankfurt at the minute. More about Frankfurt in a moment, because let's now, in fact, I was Ajax, and I do stress the word Ajax because we have left Ajax after just 1 season. And credit where it's due here to myself, yeah, we had 1 season at Ajax, and it was very, very fairy tale, because we were there to win the title. We won the title at Ajax, we won the cup at Ajax, and we won the UEFA Cup at Ajax. So we, I don't want to call it the treble, because the Champions League is a treble, there's no doubt about that. But we won it all, and it was quite the season. It was quite remarkable, which ultimately led to me leaving Ajax. Now, I should point out, right, I left Ajax after Matt had left. After Matt had left Schalke, I left Ajax first. No, sorry, let me start that again. Yeah, sorry, I left after Matt had left. So Matt had already left, and he was already in Germany. So where did I leave to go? I should say, right, Matt is still Frankfurt now, as you can see. More about Frankfurt in a minute. Let me start that again. Matt came to Germany first, yeah, with Schalke. I then moved to Germany, and then Matt moved to Frankfurt, if that makes sense, from Schalke. So let's talk about me. Where do we start? Let's just get on to our name, shall we? And we are currently Barcelona. More about Barcelona in a minute, because we made the move to Bayern Munich. Now you're all saying, why Bayern Munich? Fuck's sake, they've got all the money, they've got the players, you're going to do it all. That was the objective, was to have a season or 2 at Bayern Munich and win it all and leave. And that's exactly what we did. The first full season. Now, when I took over Bayern Munich, right, their manager had just retired. They just won the treble. They won the league, the Champions League, and the German Cup. I took over my first full season, and where is it now? We did it all. We won them all. There you see. It was absolutely insane, and we finished unbeaten. So it was remarkable. So Matt then moves to Frankfurt, because I think Matt was a little bit hacked off. I think, and I get this. I've moved back to Germany as the biggest side in Germany. It was going to make things very, very difficult for Matt. The question was would I leave before and Matt have the opportunity to avoid Bayern Munich? Well, we started season 59, and I started as Bayern Munich. I think I won the League Cup, actually. I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, I won it on penalties. I won that on penalties, and I won the Super Cup against Roma. No, we lost that on penalties. What else did I win? I thought I won something else on penalties. Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. I won the League Cup against Frankfurt on penalties, and then I won the World Championships, which incidentally Frankfurt were in, and then we lost the Super Cup. And it was a bit of a tough start, considering all the players that we bought and the money we had at our disposal. Frankfurt have started brilliant, but the job at Barcelona came available. We'll go to Barcelona now. Then, so we moved to Barcelona. It weren't long ago, to be honest with you. Now you're all thinking again. I'm sure Barcelona might. Fuck's sake, they're a big side. Well, you can see they are in the second tier of Spanish football, and they've been there for a long time. So we moved in November. £400 million, I think it was, to spend. We've had our 7 signings, and we've made 7 monster signings, one of which is a Russian from Manchester United. He started very well. They were something like 10th or 7th or 8th. We fell to 10th because we lost our first game, and we saved yesterday right after I just got on top of the table after beating Real Betis. We are still in the cup. Semi-finals, so very, very happy with that. Let's have a quick look at the 7 signings since our arrival. Hagland, I had him on my shortlist. Glenn Warboys, we had him at Ajax. Karlamov, Man United, the Russian striker. Chalapokova, Ajax, looks solid. Hoekstra, not very, very happy with him, to be honest with you. Danny Yates, well, me and Matt discussed this Danny Yates because he was at Inter Milan. He looks really good, but and I bought him knowing how shit he'd been, and I just thought, you just hope you can get the best out of him because he looks really good, but he's fucking awful. And John Turner was my last one, and of course the big advantage Matt's going to have over me now, of course, is Matt can start making signings for next season, and it'll go through on July the 1st when the German window opens. I can't do that at Barcelona because my window opens on the 17th of June. Which of course is before the update. So that is us. That is Barcelona. That is me in what has been ridiculous. Frankfurt for Matt. Then, to be fair to Matt, he'd started in great fashion. I then drew a game, and I then lost the game, which was my first defeat in God knows how long. I then played Matt and then lost to Matt. Bizarrely, but to be fair, Matt has done really, really well, and I don't think there's any danger of him failing in the title. He'll get the title this season. He will get the title. The question is, will he get the Champions League as well? He's looking good. To be honest with you, I fancy him to win the Champions League. I mean, if we have a look at, Lazio would be a threat, but they're struggling. I'd say Fulham are the threat there. Inter will be a threat if they can get through, which they probably will and should. Atletico, I mean, that is a fucking death group, that is. And I remember that group, actually, because I remember I saw that group at Bayern Munich, and I remember finishing runners-up in the first phase, and I said to Matt, I could end up with you in the second group, because I finished runners-up, because, oh, brilliant. And I looked at that, and I said, I fucking wish I'd got you, because that is bullshit. So I fancy him to, I think he'll win the league. He's out the cup because he got knocked out the cup early on. Let's have a look at Matt's 7 signings then. He took over last season, and it was just too much to do. Take nothing away from Frankfurt. They were a big team. They were probably, in my opinion, the second biggest team in Germany behind Bayern Munich when he took over. Dortmund are nowhere to be seen, so I think it was a good move. I think he said £200 million. I'm sure that's what he said. It's about £200 million. Let's have a look at his 7 signings then for this season. Carlos Franco, Peruvian striker. I do remember him. He beat me to him. I had him at Napoli. Peter Vergosen. It looks. I don't know who that could be. I like to try and think of who the pre-gen of him could be. A solid. I say solid again. Looks a solid defender, but 6'8" is piss poor. That has got to be, I want to say Brett Emerton, but it don't look as good to be Brett Emerton, but who knows. Probably Sebastian Frey or Fabian Barthez maybe. Great goalkeeper though, for his age, only 19 years of age. Yep. And we'll have a quick gander at last season's signings. Now this is his last one. You'll remember him, the Mark Hughes regen. Looks great. So he made his 7 signings, and like I say, these 7 signings, after 7 he's just made, it didn't matter how strong my players were at Bayern Munich. 14 is enough to make you a title challenge. and he's done that. There's no doubt about that. Another good goalkeeper there. Burgess. And I think his first player that he signed was this guy, Danny de Jong. Absolutely fucking amazing. I think it's inevitable who that is. That is Rafa van der Vaart. So he's really, he's done some cracking signings. Big stadium, of course, at Frankfurt, 140,000. Interestingly, training ground needs some investment. Bayern Munich have, since my departure, have fucked off a strong player, Charbonnier, who I believe, now, big debate really about that. I was under the illusion that was Zinedine Zidane. I stand corrected because I forget who it was that said it. You were rightly so in saying that his balance and bravery, Zidane, on or thereabouts on most saves, is 5'9" and 20 flair. So I haven't got a fucking clue who that is, because normally the balance and flair, the balance, bravery, flair, they normally start give or take close to one another every new save. But he's nowhere near 5 and 9 for balance and bravery, is he? So who knows who that is? But anyway, they've sold him anyway. Where do we sit at the end of the season? If Matt wins the league and Matt wins which he will, if Matt wins the Champions League, which I think he's got a very good chance of, he could leave. For me, Barcelona, if I get promoted, which I fucking hope to, who knows? It depends what jobs come up. It's just about going full circle. That's what it's all about. Very few jobs available at the minute, as you can see. Sheffield Wednesday. Now, there was one job that actually appealed to me, believe it or not, and they were second division in English football, and it was actually Sunderland. Good stadium, good money, but it never came available. They say Dortmund are very insecure. Do you know what? I dread to think how much money Dortmund have got. I really do. And I think quite often that's what lures us to these clubs again and again, is they've got unlimited resources. When Matt went to Schalke and there was 1 billion, we were like, where the fuck has £1 billion come from? But it just proves, don't it? Reputation is massive. It's hard to say really where we'll be, because did I see myself going to Barcelona? No, I wanted, one season at Ajax and I did the treble. I was very happy with myself in that. Probably a little bit disappointed that I got a Champions League group stages, fell into the UEFA Cup. And then the first season at Bayern Munich, and even with Matt at Schalke, Matt was really Matt was hacked off, to be honest with you, because he's Schalke and he's probably got half a chance. I mean, that season that he was at Schalke and he went to Schalke and I was at Ajax. Like I say, Bayern Munich won everything and they were unbeaten, so they went unbeaten for 2 years. So I walked in to a ready-made squad almost. Well, I did. There's no doubt about that. 7 signings would have been enough, but of course, we did. We've done 14 since then. But it really, it was all about. It was always going to be a flying visit. A quick look now then at my managerial record. I might as well make the most of part of 59 because it could be a while before we get another one. So there we see Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Ajax, Napoli, Manchester United, PSV, Udinese, Derby County. Don't fucking get me started on Derby County. Benfica, Dortmund, Manchester United, Vasco, Antwerp, Inter Milan, Bayern Munich, Hertha Berlin, Middlesbrough, Eintracht Ernst, Barcelona. So we're only at Barcelona for 6 months. Dortmund, Real Madrid, Manchester United, River, Inter Milan, Dortmund, Arsenal, Bayern Munich, Paris Saint-Germain, Liverpool, Dortmund, PSV, Porto, Leeds, PSV, Lazio, Valencia, Paris Saint-Germain, Liverpool is where it all started. Crazy. It is fucking crazy, isn't it? Let's go to Matt and have a quick rundown on his managerial past. Okay. Frankfurt, Schalke, Inter, River, Fulham, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, HSV, Paris Saint-Germain, Antwerp, Porto, Roma, Dortmund, PSV, Milan, Barcelona, Juventus, Chelsea, Milan, Paris Saint-Germain, Dortmund, Manchester United, Real Madrid, Inter Milan, Ajax, Dortmund, Paris Saint-Germain, Leeds. That's where it all started. Leeds United back in 01. It's absolutely crazy, isn't it? You know, to think. And let me just show you something then. So we are now, as managers, 94 years of age. Unbelievable. 94 years of age, and we still go strong. And I can't wait to see the next 6 seasons when we actually reach triple digits. It will be interesting. Because I've never seen it. Because obviously this feature of having a player manager attributes and an age only arrived sort of, I don't know, good 5 years ago or so. So on my 3-man game I don't have it implemented, and I only put this in, we only started this game in April last year, so here we are. And you know, has anyone got a game with the human managers in that have gone beyond 65 seasons? And I say 65 because you would start as a 35-year-old. So let me know, share it in the comments. Now, there is one thing I need to check, and I think this is really, really important, because I haven't checked this yet. So I'm going to go check the Hall of Fame, because what I said to you about what I won last year with Bayern Munich, including those competitions at the start of the season when I was still there despite losing to Roma, let me take a look at the Hall of Fame. Here we are. No, I thought we might have made an assault. Oh no, we were never going to make an assault up there, were we? No. Okay, scrap that shit. So what we at then? The 29th of January 2024. There it is. No, that's Barcelona. Oh yeah, there you go. Okay. So that was that proved costly, didn't it? 25th then is what's gone through, because that goes through at the end of the year. Now that would have been higher, I'm sure. I can't work right these points on. Now how do you work these points out? Because you're telling me I got 507,000. Now I won absolutely everything domestically, and there's no way Matt could have had much better of a season with me over here. Could Matt have had much of a better season at Milan in 14th? When you know, that's got to be because I moved to Barcelona. That's going to have been costly there. I don't know. That is fucking out. That is ridiculous, isn't it? That really is fucking ridiculous. That being said, see there you see, Matt is 7th. Matt is 7th. I say 7th because it's got my 3-man game merged in with 581,000. You know, and we can't work out really what season that was when Matt was Dortmund. Who gives a shit? Fuck them. So that is it. You know, that is where we're at on this epic of a fucking game. It is getting ridiculous now. It's getting fucking stupid. I did say to Matt that I would leave Bayern Munich. I think Matt had two theories on me being at Bayern. He wanted me to leave, but then he didn't want me to leave, I think. I mean, he openly said, shit, I'm going to win the title now without you here, which probably takes a little bit of the glory from him. That being said, you know, who knows what might have been had I stayed. I mean, yeah, he had the upper hand initially. There was a long, long way to go. But I did say that I'd leave Bayern Munich to go to a small club, and nothing was coming. Absolutely fuck all was coming. So, you know, I guess what the plan is to try and do what I'm doing with Barcelona, what I did with Ajax, until we get a long-term challenge. And I say long-term, it's got to be the right challenge. It's got to be the right challenge. With Matt, I think it's going to be something very similar with Matt. I don't think he's going to stay at Frankfurt. And I think the problem with Frankfurt, and not problem, but it's not Man United, it's not Milan, it's not Bayern Munich, it's not Barca or Real, it's Frankfurt. It's not on that big scale namesake as such. I don't think that's a bad thing, but who knows. So that's it from me, guys. Until next time on the Game On Challenge, take it easy.